All right, Glow Game staff, I wanted to send a quick video just to give you an overview of what everything's going to look like for Glow Games this year. Thank you so much for being willing to participate. Got a lot of people from previous years and a few new people, so whether you have done it before or you're new to this, I'm going to try to keep this video short so you can watch through the whole thing and just have an idea of what's going to happen next Friday. So let me just walk through what the evening looks like from start to finish. So it officially starts at 6, but we're going to have a registration table. Jason and Brandy are going to man that registration table in that foyer area outside the gym. And basically, as parents come and drop their kids off, we just want them to sign their kid's name and an emergency contact number just in case we need to get in touch with them if anything happens to happen during Glow Games. So basically, they sign the child's name and then phone number, and they can drop their kid off in the gym. So they will probably start coming as early as that 5:15 to 5:30 window. As soon as they drop them off, we're going to take them to the gym and have them sit down on the far end of the gym, backs against the wall. Of course, we won't be able to do that for long as more kids get there, but we want to keep everybody contained. Now, the kids can talk to each other and everything, but we want to keep everybody as contained as possible since we're looking at a lot of kids coming. As of right now, we've got about 100 kids signed up right now, and I would definitely expect more next week. So my goal is 150, and I think we very, very possibly could get there. Captains, as you get there, any adults, I know that work schedules are different, but really as close to 5:15 or 5:30 y'all are able to get there, the better. I know for some of y'all that's not possible. If not, just get there as soon as you can. And whenever you get there, you can hang out in the gym, helping to keep them. We even want the kids to sit down and for them to remain seated until we begin. Now, a little after 6 o'clock, about 6:10 or so, I will welcome everybody in, and we will begin the dividing of the teams. Now, we'll do that as we've done in years past. I will call them by grades. I'll say, first grade, come on up. And then I'll have this bag full of mini glow sticks. They'll reach their hand into the bag, pull out a color. Whatever color they select, they will go to those captains. And captains, y'all will begin to, as your team comes to you, get them geared up. I'm going to give you a box with everything that you're going to need when you get there. It'll have some glow stick lanyards. Every child gets one of those. And then you'll have a cup full of glow bracelets with the little connectors already on them. And you'll have a lot of those. You'll probably have enough for every kid to have 3 or 4 of those. So feel free to use those up. We don't need any glow sticks remaining. I know in past years we've had unbroken glow sticks remaining, and we just want to use all those up because they lose power from year to year. And so let's use them while they're fresh. So pass all of them out. You might want to save just a couple just in case somebody comes in a little bit later. But as soon as everybody's here, let's go ahead and get them all passed out and use all those supplies. So you'll begin to get those things together. Now we've got 5 different colored teams, and our captains, we've actually got 3 captains per team. So our orange team is Shane and Trissy Wilkinson and Blake Bryant. Our pink team is David and Stacy DeWitt and Krista McKenzie. Our green team, Brad and Bethany Brand, Kevin Hodges. Yellow team is Aaron and Michael Pollard and Amanda Hodges. And then our last one is blue team will be Glenn and Angie Singletary and John Wesley Cochran. So hopefully having 3 captains per team will help y'all to keep all those kids reined in and keep them organized. So after we divide into teams, we'll do all that with the lights on so you can get everybody glow sticked up and everything when the lights are on. And also, I've got some headbands for y'all that you can have when you get there. These are the different color headbands, so I will make these available for y'all. Aside from these, if you have your color that you can wear, I don't want you to go out and buy a bunch of stuff, but if you have anything of your team's color, wear it. The brighter, the better. Fluorescent colors, that's what pops inside the black light room. So you can go as all out as you want to. Again, I don't want to say you have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff, but just feel free to wear whatever you want, long socks or face paint, whatever you want that matches your team color. And I'll have these headbands for you when you get here. So after that, we will go into our first game. We've got a lot of kids here, so I've tried to make the games as inclusive as possible to get as many kids involved as possible, or really to make sure everybody is involved with every game, which is hard to do with 150 kids, but hopefully these games will work out. Our first game is called the Glow Copter. Basically, you're going to get your kids in a line on one end of the gym, and on the other end of the gym, or a little bit further off from that line, maybe around half court or so, there are going to be 5 different flashlights shining circles of light on the ground. So let me show you a little bit what that looks like. So the lights are out. You got a flashlight shining a circle. See that big circle is what we're talking about on the ground. So there'll be 5 different colored circles. I've got some filters on these flashlights. So it'll be 5 different colors shining 5 different colors on the ground. I guess I'll just leave the lights off for now because there's some other stuff I want to show y'all. So what your kids are going to do is we will give each of them, let's go through my stuff here, one of these helicopters. So I've got one for each of them to have one of these helicopters. Get up a little bit closer. It's a just a little plastic thing and a rubber band launcher. They can take the switch on the bottom of this and actually turn it on. So it is a glow helicopter. And basically what they're going to do is the person in the front of the line is going to launch this just like you launch a rubber band. And I'll show everybody how to do that. There's a little hook. You're going to take it and pull it off and then shoot it up into the air and try to get that helicopter where it's going to land in your team's circle. We might even say and they'll have these in their hands so they can even kind of practice with that. If the first one flops, like if it doesn't go anywhere, we might give them a second shot. But basically that game is going to go through your whole team and everybody's allowed to shoot one time and shoot their helicopter. Not really a timed thing, but just allowing everybody the chance to shoot. And at the end of the game, we're going to count up all of the helicopters that are inside each color's circle. And for every helicopter, regardless of who shoots it, that lands in your colored circle, you get 100 points for your team. So even if somebody else accidentally gets a helicopter in your circle, you get points for that. So that is the Glow Copter. Not necessarily a time thing, but that's a way to make sure that everybody participates. And I've got enough helicopters for everybody to have one. That's a new game. Hopefully that'll work out. The next game is called Glow Wiffle, which is also a new game. And it's going to be very, very basic, very easy. What we're going to do is get all the teams to get outside of the basketball court, so to not be in the basketball court. And then we're going to set big square in the middle with some LED lights and put 5 different buckets in the middle. And these buckets are going to be glowing each team's color. So let's say, try to turn this on. Hold on. There we go. So this is green. So this will be the green bucket. It'll be glowing green. So the bucket will be glowing green. It'll be dark in there, so you'll be able to see the color that's coming out of it. What we're going to do is we're going to spread out some wiffle balls along the gym court, and these wiffle balls will be glowing wiffle balls like this. And basically, we're going to send from every team, say all the first graders, go out to the court, and they're going to have 60 seconds to grab wiffle balls and try to toss them into their team's bucket. Okay, so they're trying to toss the wiffle balls into their team's bucket to get as many of these into their team's bucket as possible. Now, they can't cross the boundary line that we're going to make out. So first grade will get a minute, then they'll come back. We'll set all the balls back out on the court. Second grade will get a minute. So the idea is to go through all 6 grades, one grade at a time, giving them each a minute to get as many of these wiffle balls inside their bucket as possible. And we'll take a count after each one, and your team gets, I believe it's 50 points per wiffle ball that is in the bucket. 50, I think that's what it is. And we'll just take count at the end and see how many everybody has. Glow Wiffle. And everybody's involved again. Now, the third one, we play this game every year, and the kids seem to like it. for the most part. So we are going to do the glow hunt again, which is where everybody's going to turn and face the wall. I'm going to spread some random items out on the floor. We're going to give glowing gloves to people on your team, and they're going to go and search out for those items using those gloves. So that will be their only source of light, and whoever's team finds that first will get 100 points for their team. Now, the problem we've had, let me show you the gloves. So they'll wear gloves that look like this. And, of course, they will glow. So they'll use that. That actually provides a pretty good amount of light. They'll use these gloves. That's kind of cool. They'll use these gloves to find out the items. And the only problem, or the biggest problem we've had with this game in the past, that looks really cool, is not everybody's been able to participate. So everybody on your team will get a number, and then I'll say, okay, number 8, put the gloves on. And we just won't have time to make it through all the numbers. So to try to fix that this year, to let more people get involved, I'm going to call out 2 numbers every time. So 2 kids on your team will actually get to wear gloves. You'll have 2 sets of gloves, so that will double the amount of people that are participating in each round, and hopefully help to find the items quicker so we can get through more items. Maybe we can even get through everybody that's there, but I know we should be able to get through more at least. After that game, we will head into Boatner Hall. That's going to look just like it always has. We will have it with black lights, have paper on the tables, have highlighters on the tables. The kids will draw on the paper, but they will draw more on themselves, and everything will glow with this nice light because everything is being black lighted. We'll give them a snack. They'll have some Glow Games punch, probably some cookies, and after that, we'll be getting Ultimate Relay set up in the gym, and after that's set up, I will come in and share a short devotion with them, which is basically a gospel presentation. Since we have lots of kids not from our church, maybe not from any church here, it's just my vision that sharing the gospel with them is going to be the most effective thing to do. If they hear one thing, let's let that be what it is. So I'll share the gospel with them. I'm also planning on getting some little gospel tracts that we can send home with them, so they can have a written version of that to take home as well. So I will share that. We will close that time, then go back out for Ultimate Relay, which looks very similar to last year. A lot of the games are the same. Basically, what you're going to be doing is you're going to have probably 5 to 6 minutes to send out kids. So I would say get the kids in a line on your team and send out the kids one at a time to do different tasks that are on the court for points or potential points. So get the kids in a line. First kid, go do that. They come back, you send the next kid, go do that. Only 1 child per team can be out on the court at one time. And there are 10 different things that they can do. Some of these are more difficult things, like going up to the line and shooting a basketball. Let's see if I can show you. So we've got the glowing basketball here, going up to the line and shooting the basketball. If they make it, they get points for their team. If not, they don't get any points. But then again, this is worth 100 points if they make it, whereas some of the other things are worth less points. Let me get that list of things out just so I can tell you everything that's on there. So the basketball shoot is 1, the soccer kick is 1, got a glowing soccer ball. They can kick it into a goal. If they make it, 50 points. If not, 0 points. Glowing jump rope. We've got a glowing jump rope. We've done this in years past. They have to go, and we'll have this lit up, and they have to do 10 jump ropes. And that's an automatic 50 points. There's something called autograph. This is something that the kids seemed to like last year that we did. So what they'll do is they'll go to this board that's hanging on the wall. We'll have that hanging on the wall, and then they'll go and take their color markers. So say I'm on the green team. I'll run over to that spot, I'll uncap that green marker, and then I'll write my name. or just the first name is fine on that. That is a green marker, but the board makes it different colors based on what color that is. But that'll be pretty cool. And at the end of the day, we'll have a big board full of a lot of names. So autograph, that's worth 50 points. Beanbag toss. So kids will take a beanbag and they will toss it into one of these big buckets from a line. If they make it, that'll be worth 75 points. Is what I've got that as. Hopscotch. A bunch of glow necklaces set out in a little hopscotch path. All they have to do is jump through that. That's worth 25 points. Wiffle ball throw. So we'll have a bucket full of wiffle balls and a baseball net. So they go to a line, they throw the ball. If they make it into the net, then they get, I think I've got 50 points for that. It's a big target. So they can go get 50 points for your team by doing the wiffle ball throw. Balloon pop. There'll be some glowing balloons and probably a big trash can. They pop one of those, and if they pop it and run back to your team, they get 100 points for their team. Balloon pop is one of those things that as soon as the balloons run out, you're not able to do that anymore. Tunnel crawl, that's number 9. We'll have a big tunnel set up in the middle. They have to crawl through the tunnel. That's worth 50 points. And then a different one is called the bucket color change. We're going to have this bucket sitting somewhere in the gym. And really, all you have to do to get points for your team is let this bucket be your team's color whenever I take the bucket away. So I'm going to have a timer set on my phone, less than the amount of time you have for Ultimate Relay. And at some point, I'm going to walk over and I'm going to take this bucket. Whatever color this bucket is, when I take it, that team gets 200 points. So this is actually worth the most, but you don't have it guaranteed. So we'll have this on. It'll be a single color. So right now it's red. So what your team will do is come over to it, grab the remote from in the bucket. And if you're on the green team, push the green button to turn it green, put it back in and run back. Then it's up for grabs for somebody else to run to the bucket. Say the blue team runs up. Whoop, we'll change it to my color. So whatever color it is, when my timer goes off, which nobody's going to know how long my timer is, that's what team gets the extra 200 points. And that is all of them. And I'll explain all these the night of too, but wanted you guys to have an idea of what these things look like going into it. Now, one thing that's different about Ultimate Relay is some of y'all told me that one of the tricky parts about it in past years was that you were trying to, I'd ask, say you get 250 bonus points if you spell out Glow Games 2016 with your glow bracelets on the floor. And you're just having a hard time keeping track of that and also sending kids out at the same time. So we're not doing that. All you've got to focus on sending one kid out at a time. And you've got 3 people to do that. So hopefully that'll be a lot more organized or a lot more easy for you. Not that it wasn't organized last time, but y'all did a great job at trying to make this easier on y'all. So the bonus point opportunity is with the bucket this time. After that, we are going to sit everybody down. I will announce the winner of the Glowfie. We will pass out Glowfies to the winning team, and parents will be filing in by that point, and then we'll release for them to go home after that. That's all there is to it. Glow Games. So we've got a few new things happening, some things that are the same as years past, but I see this as a really huge opportunity for us to pour into kids, not only from this church, but also from other churches too, for them to see in us Christ-likeness. So let's go into it with that attitude of wanting these kids to see Christ through us. Yeah, we're going to get competitive, and it's going to be fun. We're going to yell our team's colors and everything. But even in that moment where 4 of y'all realize that your team doesn't win, those kids are going to be looking to you for Christ-likeness and saying, hey, good job, whatever team wins. And, hey, we had a good time, fun games, and we're glad that we came. So and we've done, I really feel like that's been, I even think back to last year and hearing some of the teams, I don't know, there was just a lot of appreciation towards the team that won last year from the other teams, and that was great. And just good sportsmanship, and in that, showing Christ-likeness. So looking forward to this opportunity with y'all. I know it's been a 20-minute video, but hopefully I talked fast enough to get it in as little time as possible. If you will, now that you're done with this, if you'll click the The button at the bottom of this video, I forget what it says. It says like finish post or something. That lets me know that you have seen this video and that you're ready for next Friday. Thank you again, and see you soon.